Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Well, hello, Mrs. Farmer. How are you today?
I'm really good.
No, nothing's different.
No, this is
not
normal.
really here. This is green screen.
I like this. I like it. What'd you do?
It's actually not green screen. You know what? When you're cooking outside, it ought to have a feel. It ought to be visual. You ought to be able to smell the fire cooking. And this just adds to the, I don't know.
I feel like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I love
aura.
it. That's right.
We are in the middle of nowhere.
That's right.
You know what? We're in Kentucky. That's the center of the earth. The heartbeat
right.
of America.
That's right.
That's where it's at. And tonight we're going to cook up some good stuff. I took my repurposed forge. You know, the handle's lost on it. Over time, some parts and pieces have gone, but I don't care about that. I like the fact that it's about waist high. Get your cast iron up off the ground. And the more cast iron, and we can cook right there.
That's perfect.
So that's kind of cool. I like old stuff, as you can tell.
I can tell.
I like old stuff. I like the old ways. I wish I grew up in the late 1800s. Wouldn't that be
fun.
Cool?
I'd like that.
Cool. Anyhow, it's almost fall. It's almost time to go deer hunting. As soon as it cools down, today's almost bearable, but not quite. As soon as it gets 50 degrees, I'm headed to the woods.
Okay.
We're gonna have some backstraps. We're gonna have all kinds of great recipes, some venison for you this fall. Meanwhile, today, we're in a hurry because when you see our show, it's about a week behind. The hurricane's coming in.
That's right.
Or the leftover effects of that, the rain's coming. So we got to get moving here, and we're starving, so we're gonna have something really good tonight. But let's start out with a salad. Kale is the perfect food. Now, Mac at Elmwood Stock Farm, he sends us a lot of kale.
He does.
Kale is the perfect food. Vitamins, minerals, everything you need to keep you going. The great thing about the Elmwood Stock Farm items, when they come to you, if you're in a CSA, you get a bag a week during the prime season. And he will include recipes. And take a look at this recipe right here. It's a very simple kale salad. This comes with it, this little piece of paper. We're gonna take this recipe and we're gonna make a salad that we can keep. If we don't eat it all, kale, the consistency of kale is pretty tough compared to the old lettuce that just falls apart and just gives up and dies.
When you dump this lettuce salad, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
This can set in the refrigerator a couple days. Plus it's gonna have lemon and olive oil in it, so that'll help it.
Yum.
That'll help it hold over just a little bit longer as well. We're gonna actually cut this in half. We're gonna take about, 2 cups of kale leaves. So we're gonna just chop this up. Now it says finely chopped. I don't like tiny little pieces, so just enough to get on your fork. Yeah, I wanna be able to pick it up on my fork. That's good.
Good.
And let's take our tomatoes. Half a pint of cherry tomatoes, half a cucumber. Now, in his recipe, it says to seed it.
We like the
I
cucumber.
like the seeds.
Yeah, I like it all.
No problem with seeds. That's the main part of the salad. We come back with our simple lemon dressing, half a cup of extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil is always good, isn't it? In anything.
1/4 cup of lemon. And we're measuring exactly today, as we always do.
Get your seeds
Get
out
those
here.
little seeds out. You wanna see how much a 1/4 cup is?
You're pretty good at guessing.
Did it go in your eye?
No.
Where's your old-fashioned squeezer when we need it?
Did they have those in Cowboy days?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly a 1/4 cup.
That looks like a 1/4.
Exactly a 1/4 cup. Now we like our little garlic press here. I'd say squeeze about that much. Let me slice that up for you. A little bit more. Boom, perfect. There's our garlic. Perfect. And 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and that's exactly one teaspoon. Right. And then however much salt and pepper that you want. I'm gonna put a dash of each. Probably want more pepper. I like my pepper. Wonder if we have any, because you know who's on the loose again.
Try it. That's really good.
Just that easy.
Yum.
Isn't that a little?
That's really good.
It's amazing what simple ingredients can do sometimes. Thank you, Mac, for that. I appreciate it. All right, now basically, take that in, toss it up. Look at that.
Pretty salad, too.
It's like a miracle. You know, the cowboys out west, they would make salads exactly like this.
Did they?
Yep.
Did they have glass bowls?
They had glass bowls. They would go directly to the glass mines, which are right next to the plastic mines, which we showed an actual footage of a plastic mine last week that the cowboys used.
That looks pretty.
With our cowboy camera.
Yum.
Just like that. You got a simple salad. Now the great thing about this is because it's sturdy and it's because the leaves hold up better, pop it in the fridge.
Yeah.
It'll go for 2 or 3 days. So that's good, that's perfect. Let's set that aside. Okay, so our pork was on sale. Many times when you buy it, You need some butcher's twine.
Right.
We didn't have any, so we're just going to take our little skewers and pop those in. Hold things together. Those just happen to be about the right size.
That's perfect, isn't it?
And Mrs. Farmer, if you will, if you'll take some of this oregano and some of this thyme, just go ahead and strip the leaves off. We're going to make this a quick job.
Ready?
Again, I'm a little worried about that rain coming in.
I think we'll do it. We'll make it.
I think we can make it. All right, now I found this Mark's Berry seasoned salt mix, and I noticed it had a little celery smell to it.
It's got all kinds of stuff in it, doesn't it?
It's got some onion and some garlic. And now because this one's separated, you know what that means about cooking wise.
Cook quicker.
It's going to get done a lot quicker because
that
air can move up through it.
Because I'm starving.
Plus, we're going to put a little bit of chicken broth in the bottom to help steam it, and that juice will combine with that and with the vegetables. Oh, are you kidding me? So now that we've done that, I'm going to take just a little bit of salt, some pepper, lots of pepper, and maybe a tiny bit more garlic. We love our garlic.
Garlic's good. Put that over.
Yep. All right, now we're going to take this over and we're going to brown it. Take my oregano and thyme. At this point, I'm going to drop my potatoes and carrots in. Just enough to surround your meat.
You want more?
This is 3 large carrots cut up. See where we're going here? Now I'm going to take some chicken broth. And some onions. Now I'm going to come back with just a little salt and pepper. I'm going to take the remainder of my thyme, my oregano, and then I'm going to splash just a little bit of olive oil across these vegetables. Then guess what? Pop the top on. 350 for about an hour. Timing. It's all about time and temperature. People say, I can't cook. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
If you can look at a clock and if you can read, you can cook.
Right.
Even if you can't read, common sense, if you have a fire and a piece of meat, you can cook.
Yeah.
So that's got to go an hour.
Right.
So this takes less than a half hour to get ready. So about the time we know that we're going to have to pull that off, we're going to time that to come off.
Right.
Half hour here, hour here. So that's going to stack on top. How many on top, how many on bottom for 350?
17 and 8. I cheated. Kelly told me. Kelly told me I had
just
it wrong.
remember 25.
I know.
25, 17 and 8.
Okay.
Now, we cut our vegetables thin and we had the smaller potatoes. Why?
Cook quicker.
Cook quicker.
And your pork was thinner.
And the pork was thinner. Yeah. So we can do that. And that was an actual tenderloin that we cut in half.
Right.
Because that's all we need for you and I.
Right.
And we can save that and cook it some other way some other night. When they're on sale,
buy up.
we buy them. Okay, let's get this cake started. We want fall to be here. When it's so
do.
bad today that we wore long sleeve shirts. And what's that, Nikki?
Are you sweating?
Could that be sweat?
Yeah, you're hot.
People don't sweat on TV. Being in the fall spirit, I wanted your pumpkin cake.
Pumpkins. It's pumpkin time.
It's pumpkin time. You can pumpkin.
That's right.
But it's got some side notations. You got to be careful. It can be dangerous. You can take a look at it. Watch, be careful.
Right.
There's some things you have to do. So we used all ours up, so this is store-bought pumpkin.
Yes, it is. And this is a recipe in our cookbook.
On
it's called
page
pumpkin
85.
cake. Yep, and it's a pumpkin cake, and it's so simple. We've done it before in just a glass dish, but I thought it'd be fun to do it campfire
on
cooking.
On the 10-inch.
Because it probably tastes really good. And it's so simple. First of all, we're going to take 2 eggs.
Right.
And we're going to put a cup of pumpkin with that and half a cup of oil.
Okay.
And I'm going to whisk all that up together.
All right.
Then in a separate bowl, which I've already put aside, we have 1 cup of flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and 3/4 cups of sugar. Go ahead and start putting in my mixture. And I put this all together in a separate bowl. My flour, my sugar, all my spices.
Is that too fast, too slow?
That's perfect. You're doing excellent.
How about me?
You're all that. I had to do it myself earlier. I like when you help me. Now I'm going to put this in the pan.
All right.
And it'll be ready to cook.
All right, I'm dying to try this salad.
Looks pretty, doesn't it?
Delicious.
It's pretty looking. The dressing, I like letting the dressing sit on there a little bit. That's really good.
That's really good. You know, flavor is light and crisp. I've been looking at the carbs on some of these dressings that we really like.
I know.
That one is light, and that's good.
That was perfect for that, didn't it?
I can eat every bit
Yeah,
of that.
that's perfect for that.
And again, you can keep this in the fridge for several days.
Yeah.
We will fix this again.
Yeah, that was
Light
delicious.
and easy. Love it. So we're running like crazy to get this done. This is quick.
Right.
It's easy and it's delicious. You want the pork, you want to get the taste of the pork. So many times we try to cover up the whole taste with way too much dry rub or spices, this, that, or the other. This, with the thyme and the oregano and just a little bit of seasoned salt, it really does taste wonderful.
I like to taste
So
the
go
meat.
ahead, pop that off.
Alrighty.
All right, now you remember earlier, because the way this was packaged, we stuck these two together. So let me go ahead and pull the star of the show out right here. Again, time and temperature. And you want your pork nowadays at least 150 degrees, okay? All right, so here we are. Simple. We had to do something quick today.
Right.
As we say, as we always say, we cook according to the amount of time we have and what's going on during the day. We need something quick. So look what we've got, Mrs. Farmer. I'm just gonna leave our little sticks in here. I believe, did you see the juice come out?
Yeah.
Look how easy this comes apart. Tell you what, let's do. Look at that. Look at the moisture there. I'm gonna give you
I get the first bite?
the first bite. You dig it? Now see,
Wow.
that's a good Sunday dish right there.
That's delicious. Well, you gotta have a carrot. And the vegetables are good, because they got that nice flavor to them. Yum. I like that.
You can really taste the pork.
Thank you so
Go
much.
right ahead.
Thank you so much.
Now again, today was all about the quick and easy.
That's perfect. Everything, all the veggies.
You know what? When you have a really good roast beef, that almost tastes like that.
It does.
It's really good. It really, 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 you get all the flavor of the pork.
Right.
Just with the most basic, the very most basic of seasonings. It's all natural. It tastes really good.
It's delicious.
And it's fantastic.
Delicious.
I'm gonna take one more bite, and
All right.
then we'll go on dessert because
Rain's coming.
looking cloudy back there. Look how that just
That's
pops
just bright. You
apart.
don't even need a knife.
This was just a little over an hour. Just a little over an hour.
Pretty good?
Because it's so cool out. You're sweating too.
I know, it's hot.
All right, because it's so cool out, let's go ahead and make the icing for our cake.
You need icing, that'll cool us off.
That'll cool us off.
That's right. And this
This
is
is
so
ice
simple.
cream.
Yeah, it's so simple. This is just 4 ingredients.
All right.
I have 3 ounces of cream cheese, and I'm gonna take a stick of butter, and both of these are room temperature, so I'm gonna use a fork and kind of
So they're
smash them together.
99
Yeah.
degrees.
Because usually people use a mixer, but we're cowboy cooking in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a mixer. You gotta just use a fork, right?
Exactly right.
All right, so we're using a fork. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla to that and 2 cups of powdered sugar.
That's it.
That's it. Doesn't that sound good?
This is your go-to.
Yeah.
You can put this icing on a piece of rotted wood and it would taste good. I'm just
That's right.
saying.
It's good on
I
pumpkin,
tried
though.
it like that when I was really hungry. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Miss Farmer. We took the top off and let it set for a few minutes.
Right, let it cool down.
You made your wonderful icing. Is it okay?
Perfect, perfect for icing,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let's put this icing on. This is just beautiful.
What do you think?
I love stuff like this. I love the apple cakes, and this is. Remember the apple cake that you made that I almost lost my mind over?
You ate way too much.
I ate most of it.
Do you want to smooth that for me?
This is just beautiful. There's no reason you can't do this on your own. You can do this with fresh pumpkin too now. And guess what? There's plenty of fresh pumpkin around.
Have you done cakes before?
Oh yes,
You're doing
I
pretty
used
good,
to
I
do
can tell.
cakes. Now speaking of cakes, next week you're going to be working on a cake for Kelly.
She's getting
Because Kelly's getting married.
Do a big wedding cake. Will you help me do it?
Getting married.
You help me
Now,
make it.
Kelly, I did help you with a cake one
I know.
time. I helped you decorate it.
I hope you help
You
me
make
again.
wonderful cakes, I must say. So here's a picture that I took of Kelly and Darren.
Sir, engagement
Look how
picture.
in love they are,
Oh, isn't that sweet?
those
See,
little brats.
see how they look in a couple weeks.
So very shortly, in fact, at the end of this month, Kelly's getting married. She will be taking a well-deserved week off to go on her honeymoon. She's going to travel the world. She's going
Is
to
she?
Taiwan,
Wow,
then she's going to Thailand,
really?
then she's going to Jamaica, then she's going to Africa,
Wow.
and then
Is Darren going with her?
no, he's not going.
Okay.
He's got work to do.
All right.
Actually, she is going to take a little time off, well-deserved,
And maybe
because
we'll have pictures too
I
to
was
show.
and if you all want to say, I'll put a little Facebook post on. If you want to say congratulations to Kelly and Darren, you're more than welcome to do so.
All right, you know what? You're decorating the cake.
What about that?
Look at you.
I can't wait to eat it. You know what we need? A knife and a fork and a little saucer.
You want to eat some?
I want to eat that where the thickest part of the icing
Okay.
is. But first, you know I love the old-fashioned ways.
Yes, you do.
And every week we're going to try to drop something in or try to find some of these folks. And not, you know, a whole lot of these folks, some folks want to share with you, some are a little shy.
Right.
Here's somebody who's not shy.
Never shy.
Bobby Joe Ellis and his wonderful pickled green beans. I could eat 1,000 of these. While you go get the fork and the plate, let's visit with Bobby Joe.
Okay.
We're back at the Secret Garden of Bobby Joe Ellis. Now, you talked earlier this year about your big green beans.
Right.
Now, I didn't doubt you because everything you said has been true, but man, I couldn't imagine when you said big green beans, these are big green beans.
They are.
Tell folks again what brand they are.
Vortex.
Vortex.
F-O-R-T-E-X. Vortex.
Now, it's canning time. Everybody's
That's
canning, and last year you said try some of these. And Lois makes a pickled green bean,
Right.
which is delicious. So first of all, if you don't mind, Bobby Joe, pick us some of these monster green beans, and then we'll go inside and talk to Lois and see about getting a batch of these. Look at that. And the taste
Tastes real good.
tastes real good. Now that, I've seen some in here 12, 13 inches long.
One thing about it, there's no problem with the pick either.
Well, they need to be about, what, 5.5 inches to go in a quart jar?
Yeah, 5.5 inches the length for a quart jar.
Vortex.
Vortex.
With some
Right.
stout beans.
So we'll go cut these up then.
All right. All right, now we took a quick detour on the way in with the beans. I want to show you what kind of tomatoes Bobby Joe grows. Big as my head. Look at that. That's a Bobby Joe tomato, and that's why we visit with Bobby Joe, because Bobby Joe knows gardening. Let me see your thumb. How green is it? It's pretty green.
Yeah.
Let's go cut them beans up. Hey, what do I have to do to get a slice off one of those tomatoes?
Go in the house and get this some
Get a
in the
knife.
house.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good to me. This is your outdoor gazebo office.
That's right.
This is where all the fun stuff happens. You've got this thing set up just for this, right?
Yeah. You don't have to cut each one individually. Cut them all at once.
So you know that you need a 5.5 inch bean, which measures right here. Now, who eats all the pickled beans? Is it mostly you or some other people eating?
The grandkids.
The grandkids like them?
Yeah.
So what do you call this little outfit?
I just called it a jig.
A jig, a bean
Yeah.
jig?
Matthew said, Dad, everything you do, you have to make a jig. That'll do it.
There you go. Let's move this operation inside. Back in the kitchen of Lois Ellis. Bobby's done the outside stuff, as usual. He does a good job. I like this. You got a thing going on here, just like last time. Now, you do something else that I really like. Last year we were sitting there, it may have been earlier this year, but I was over here and it was snack time and you handed out these pickled green beans, which I've had before, but yours, I gotta say, are really good. Let's talk about that, how that process worked. Obviously, he's just cut them, his big 45-inch beans.
Yeah.
He's cut them down into 5-inch groups, and where's it go from here?
Okay, I'm going to place them in the jars. I put them in as tight as I possibly can and keep them as straight as I can. Then I have a solution of vinegar, 2 cups of sugar, 2 sticks of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of pickling spice, 1.5 teaspoons of canning salt, 3.5 cups of water. Boil that for 15 minutes and then let it simmer. And pour that hot solution over them, and then I power boil them in hot water for about 15 minutes. Just let them boil and give them a good hot bath. There you have your pickled beans.
All right, now this is how they look after they've set a while. The color, you won't see as much color in it. Obviously, a lot of people are going to ask the question, how long do you have to let it set? And you say as soon as they cool down, they're ready to go. And you can put them in the fridge, let them stay nice and crisp.
Yeah, when you open them after you had your fill, put them in the fridge.
Can we try one?
Yeah, sure.
I can tell by looking at it. Now see, you only cook it that long, they retain some of the crunch.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Oh man, listen to this. Lois's pickled bean. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Man, this was
Yum.
a crazy show. We put this together quick.
It's good food. It's all delish.
It's good food, but when we all have crazy lives and crazy schedules. This just proves that in an hour, a little over an hour, you can put together a first-class meal to impress all your friends if you're into that sort of thing, or if you're just in a hurry and you want to eat something good.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That looks pretty good.
Emphasis on the icing. Oh, I love that
Wow.
icing.
Can
Look
I
at that.
try?
Oh yeah. I like this almost as good as the apple cake.
Mm.
Is that ridiculous?
That's fall. It's time for fall. Pumpkin time. Oh, wow. Delicious.
Oh,
You can eat the whole thing?
that comes mighty close to that apple cake.
It's really good. It's light, isn't it? Isn't it light and fluffy? You did it.
We made it.
Yeah. The rain's not here yet. It may not come.
It's coming out of the east. No, it's coming. I looked at the
Okay.
radar. It was supposed to be here 25 minutes ago.
Okay.
We lucked out. Our first cooking in our new setting.
Let's hope the next time it's cooler. I want to
Please
have a
let it be
coat on.
cooler. But because our time is fleeting, let's talk about where would you go to find some of these wonderful recipes.
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. That's where I always go.
You do?
I do.
Even look up our own recipes?
I do, actually.
I do too, if I forget to measure
Where I get a
something.
cookbook.
Also, if you like what you see, hit subscribe. That
Mm-hmm.
way, every time something new comes up, it'll tell you. If you wanted to be our Facebook friend, and if you're not, shame on you.
That's right.
How do you do that?
You hit like.
That's it. You're on board. Tell you about events coming up, things that are going on. Speaking of events coming on, October 21st, we have another live show. This will be our last one of the season, our last cooking show. We
Right.
do have a Christmas show. We always do a Christmas show.
Right.
This one's cool.
This it is.
This one's at the Castle in Versailles. That's coming up shortly. But this will be our last, the one at Waveland will be our last live cooking show until
Right.
spring. And we're going to do a couple of those a year. We can't do too many because it takes a lot of setup. But we
Right.
do enjoy meeting the folks
Yeah, it
who
is
watch our
fun.
show and
It's
letting
fun.
them be a part of the show. So at this time, we will seek out some modern day air conditioning.
That's right. That'd be nice.
And it's all out.
Good times.
Good friends.
And that was good eats, wasn't
Oh,
it?
really good. Can I get that last
You can
piece
have
for that
all of
icing
it.
in?
I don't know how you do it.
Look at that. I do it like this right here.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com.